Everyone, welcome to the dead stream. I'm pretty sure this is recording. Yeah, recording. So, I have some not so serious things to talk about today. Because I just had like a really good day and I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to ruin it for myself.
If you are the Toriel cosplayer who gave me a blowjob at Dragon Con, please inbox me. I think you took my wallet. It looks like an NES.
Okay, all jokes aside, we're just gonna hang out and talk, but the thing I wanted to get to is, like, we really need to chill on politics. Like, okay, I talk a lot about politics, but I'm gonna start talking about it less and start making this a channel for everyone, but I'm not gonna back off of my views.
It's not worth backing off your views just for others.
Yeah, I don't care if I don't become famous. Honestly, this is just like a venting corner, basically. If you like my content, thank you. You're a great person. If you don't, I don't care. So, yeah, it's...
Well, up to you. It's
It,
not going to change for you.
nobody... I don't expect people to change for me, and I don't expect me to change for people. Also, Kyle's being a... something bag. I'm just going to put a game up. Which game to pick? This one. But yeah, I try to be honest with my audience and stuff, and I'm going to continue that. Ow.
Let's see if Kyle joins back in because I pinged him.
So yeah, it's more like a manner of I don't really care, but the instant I start bringing politics into it, it just kind of gets boring after a while because I have to repeat the same points over and over again to debunk idiots. And they're not always idiots, mind you. Some of these people buy into their own stupidity, and they don't realize it.
Yeah.
So, this is the last word I'm going to say on it for now, is there are only two genders, and if you think otherwise, please seek help. You need it.
Exactly. Because there are only two genders. There's no fifth, sixth, or seventh gender.
Exactly, and I do get angry at people for saying stuff like that, but transgenders, actual people who want to go from one gender to the other, I don't care.
Yeah, there's
You're still a person, you know, I'm not gonna hate on you, I guess would be the term they would use, but I'm not gonna, you know, on you unless you say something factually incorrect. Like, what's his name that became a girl who's Rayleigh Dennis? That idiot. He says factually wrong things all the time. Also, I really don't like the word marginalized. So, besides that, here are my last words to the people on that, and then I can get to some fun things, talking about things that don't make me want to pick up a drill and drill through my skull.
Hey, Kunar, sorry about going out.
No, it's no problem, man. Like, your connections. Yeah, your connection's okay on my side, so it's fine. But those are my last words, and now getting to the messing around and just chilling. So,
Again, I normally do during these streams.
Oh god, that's so hard though, is just to get my political opinions off my chest. And the political facts. Like, I might do like a video or two on anti-vaxxers in the future, but that's because some of the stuff they say is idiotic. I'm not going to. This is like, this is just a final sigh of that. So,
Well, here's one thing I'm going to say. I don't get the point of anti-vaxxers. And the fact that they say that autism comes from vaccines makes me want to stab him in the throat 30 times.
Okay, let's look at the actual facts. 1. Vaccines, what do they do? Okay, factually speaking, what do? They prevent kids who can't get vaccines from dying. Doesn't that sound like a great thing?
Yeah, unlike the anti-vaxxers.
Yeah.
I've seen so many memes that I actually find funny.
Well, okay, like,
Anti-vaxxers,
well,
but I know they're pretty messed up.
okay, that and alternate health, which I plan to get into in my next video. So, yeah, I just wanted to make a chill video today. I've had a bit of a good day, so I just wanted to make a chill video. Tell my fans, hey, this is up. I'm going to do some videos today, tomorrow, whenever I can. So, yeah.
Start recording that Taco Bell one day.
Well, okay, if I'm going to record, I'm going to do it somewhere where it's quiet and I can just spew my views without being called blankist. God, I hate that term. Basically, it's racist, sexist, homophobicist, something elseist. I don't know. Oh, yeah, transphobic. Oh, God, that one's a huge one. Okay, like, again, just trying to get this all out of my system before. This is just the preamble for a good video, so skip past it to whenever I stop ranting. But here's the thing. If you are against science, if you are against logic, I am not for you. Science. Science tells us that if this, then this. But they also test it. They take this and actually test it to see if it causes this. Whereas people who are against that say, well, what about unexpected things? Well, that's why it's called science. We take out as many variables as we can, and we have different data sets. Some in the hundreds and others in the tens. So,
And then some in the thousands.
yeah, exactly. It is science. We break things down to learn about it. If you do, like, I heard about the gene editing, the dude who, injected 2 embryos in China, and then the woman gave birth to them after he basically made them immune to AIDS. Where's his science behind that? Like, what testing did he do? He didn't do any of that, and then he just did this. But if it works out, hey, advancement in science through an idiot. Although he should really have people who are watching him now, because that was fucking retarded. Sorry, go ahead. Essentially, the scientist didn't use science right. I know that sounds like really weird of me to say, but he didn't go through the method, he didn't test the variables, he didn't see what factors might lead to certain things. But if the children turn out alright, hey, that's another plus in the side of science. So, I'm kind of in the middle there. I'm also pro-abortion, but I'm pro-abortion to a point. The instant the baby has brain functions, it is a human being. Before then, it is not. And yes, it's a very serious... What?
I said, then again, it is still your own opinion. Whatever you want, whatever you believe is right to you, not to others. And it doesn't mean you should force it on others.
Well, okay, like, I'm not forcing it on others. Like, what I'm saying is that, like, New York recently had an abortion law where in the 3rd trimester you can have abortion. The fuck, New York?
One of the more reasons I hate New York. Aren't they also against guns or something?
Their gun rights are very leftist. So instead of being like, you can have your guns and that's fine, but these guns aren't allowed, they're more like, no, you can't have your guns because guns are bad. People shoot people with guns, and it hurts the children. Okay, let me argue this then. Imagine a school shooter bursts down the door. Your son, or your teacher's, or your son's teacher, unloads an entire magazine into that person's face, killing him, dead. Protecting those students. Who's the hero?
And then they turn around and start attacking that teacher.
No, like, that person who protected those students, regardless of who they are, who's the hero in that situation? They don't turn around and attack anybody. They just calmly put the weapon down after making it safe, aka clearing the chamber and clearing the mag. Not in that order, it's actually clear the mag, then clear the chamber. So, who's the hero in that situation? That person who stood up, pulled out their weapon, and... Oh, shoot, wait. Okay, I'm still talking. And emptied that mag into that dude's face. That person killed a huge number less than they would have if that person would have cowered in the corner and pissed themselves. We don't hear about people like this because leftists want to deny their existence, you know? Oh, well... Exactly, and I'm pro-gun right. You know, if you're responsible with your gun... Yeah, if you're responsible with your guns and use them for good, more for you. But don't take... and I hate the parenting thing they always bring up, like, well, what about the parents of the dead kids? What about them? They're parents, they're human beings. Stop treating them like strawmen. I hate when... Actually, this entire thing's gonna be a rant now. I hate when leftists take these people who are suffering because they're kids. Exactly. And I hate when right-wing people, some of these guys fucking deny that they died. I hate that. It's stupid. It's so stupid. And
They think it's a perfectly good example to use when actually they're causing more harm than they are good.
yeah, exactly. I honestly don't dislike conspiracy theorists because they're funny sometimes. But when you're hurting families with your lies, that's when your conspiracy theory turns into a bad thing.
Exactly. Like, all they care about is themselves getting what they want, but they don't care if they hurt anyone in the process.
Okay, like my words, I know they don't hurt people. Words cannot hurt you unless you allow those words to hurt you.
Or unless you get a dictionary thrown in your face.
Well, yeah, unless that, but... Who would... Okay, I might throw a dictionary at somebody and say get some learning, but besides that, what I would never on purposely take somebody's pain and use it to my advantage. Never. Because that's stupid. You're hurting people. When you talk about, you know, oh, your children weren't killed, it was a conspiracy theory by the government. Honestly, piss off. I'm trying to swear less, by the way. And if you can't notice when I'm talking about things like this, it gets hard.
Oh yeah, it does. It does. I know for a fact. That's why I don't try to stop you guys. If something that really gets on my case, I just let it fly.
Well, okay, it's not only that, it's the way these leftists try to take away people's rights. Oh, you're white, so you can't speak on certain matters. Oh, you're white, so you can't do X.
Or like, oh, you're this color, you have to totally do this, or
Yeah, it's
that color, you can only do that.
it's de-
Mind your own business and let others go along their way peacefully.
Well,
You're more hate than you are good.
it's dehumanizing to the people Now, I hate when people are like, black people are blank. Well, in a joke, it's fine because we're past racial stereotypes, honestly.
But then there are those people who just purposely say that just to get on people's nerves.
Yeah, it's like, okay, if you're trolling, I'm fine with it, pretty much. But if you honestly are attacking people and trying to bring down somebody else just because of the color of their skin, that's racist. That is legitimately racism. It's discrimination by the color of skin, or also known as race. I don't like using the word race because it's a little too baited in this time. But, it's honestly discrimination, and I don't care who you are. When you discriminate, that's a bad thing. Like,
I
you're...
don't discriminate. I don't want. I don't personally think that's good.
Yeah, like, I hang out with people... Go ahead.
Well, I'll say this. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what color you are. You start attacking me or my friends, I don't give two shits. I'll go after you.
Well, okay.
That's not racist. That's not racist because I'm going after anyone. I don't care who you are, and I won't be racist about it.
Well,
Try to be calm about it. If you refuse to be, then things will get
you're
out.
right. You're right. I mean, like, there are people who, like, the instant violence is even thrown towards their way, be like, it's because of my... No, dude. Like, you say... There are certain people who say certain things that just... Oh, it boggles the mind, man. And, yeah...
And it's pretty stupid, but just the way I am, like, I choose to be this way. I'm not forced to be this. I am who I am for a reason.
Yeah, I can understand that. Sorry,
And
yeah.
if something bad happens to me, I don't go out blaming someone else. Like, oh, it's what it's doing that caused this to me. Like stupid leftists sometimes.
Well, leftists blame all straight white males for everything. They're out of toilet paper in their bathroom. Those damn straight white males. It's nonsensical.
Yeah. One of them murders another one. Those damn straight white males.
Well, okay, if a black guy murders a black guy, here's the thing. Oh, he's an innocent. They protect the dude who just murdered another dude. And they blame the insert whatever archy here.
Yeah.
I think it was the patriarchy for a while, and then they changed it to the, because, of course, it's never somebody's fault for their actions. It's skin color equals freaking everything. If you're X skin color, you're good, but if you're Y skin color, you're bad. And it's not that way in the real life. In real life, it's you are human. You choose to do things. You choose not to do things.
It just depends on what you do.
Yeah, and when you argue like, oh, blank wasn't so bad, or isn't so bad, Stalin. I love when people bring up communism because I'm always like, what about Stalin? He killed more people than Hitler? And everyone's always like, oh, no, he's all, like, they're freaking glorifying, like, they say he's, like, a right-wing fascist. No, there's no right-wing fascist, there's no left-wing fascists. Fascists are fascists regardless of their political views. Although, I would love to hear the argument that Stalin didn't discriminate because he didn't. He didn't care your skin color, he would just murder you and your family.
Yeah, you breathe his air, he'll murder you.
Actually, one of the people, he actually highly trusted him. And this dude betrayed him, and he's all like, kill him. They honestly just didn't even freaking care that this dude was so freaking high in Stalin's court. They just killed him.
Yeah.
And it's, again, I don't hate all people. It's just, I don't like dumb people, okay? I surround myself with people who are knowledgeable, who are decently smart. If they don't know an answer, they're going to find it out. Sorts of people. But I do not want, these ideals attacking me. I don't like the, sort of, oh, it's because of blank that you're blank. No, it isn't. Like, I could be the worst serial killer in history, which I'm not, and people would start blaming that on my skin color in modern day. 300 years ago what they'd blame it on? My upbringing. And for a fairly good reason. Why? Because serial killers usually have lives. So I can speak all day about this stuff, but before I get too angry and stuff, I just want to say, if you are so like you're taking your own ideals into your hands and stuff, you're breaking, barriers just to make your way fit, regardless of who you are. Especially if you're a fan of something and you're rewriting stories to make them fit in with stuff, stop. Stop rewriting logic or stuff that is obvious. Like Star Wars. Star Wars fans were like, oh, well, he meant it to be this, and no, he didn't. He actually just made a fucking movie. Making a movie is different from writing a book. A book's really easy to write in comparison to a movie, because you need to plan out pauses for everything. Although a good movie's writing should take, a ton of time, not just, 30 minutes like some... I'm getting off topic. I want to get back onto the political stuff and get that out of the way in one video. So, if you're politically minded and you want to, if you're hard-boiled on your views, continue, honestly. Because your views are your views, nobody else's. Nobody else can take your ideas and make them into something. Only you can. God, I should write that down. It's like so inspiring. But if you take your ideas and they hurt people, screw you. If you personally attack people just because of not their words, their skin color, if you say oppression exists in this country, and you're talking about oppression other than the poor being oppressed by the rich, go, take your hand, bust it through a mirror, and stare at yourself through a broken piece of glass. Because that's what you've just done to everyone's brain around you. You've broken it. You cannot make your logic work. Well, okay, I'm thinking about it like this.
They're just screaming at a wall, basically.
It's so idiotic. Like, honestly, it's just so dumb. So dumb. And anybody out there who actually listens to me and wants to hear more of this stuff, don't comment, please. But if you don't want to hear more of this and you just want to see me talk about different things that actually make me feel a little bit better, please do. These videos are not that hard to make. So,
What was it that you said before it cut out?
okay. When your ideas hurt people, stop it. So, like, if your ideas are hurting people, like anti-vaxxers, your ideas are hurting sick children, people who are, going, yeah, we should have abortion in the third trimester. You're killing people.
Or like saying we should ban guns when criminals are still gonna get guns and
Yeah, like, okay, that actually freaking personally hurts me because I like guns.
same here. I personally think that they're a good thing to own.
Yeah, and I actually would love just to go out and just have a day where I'm recording in, like, physical, because I don't usually do things like that.
Like go down to a shooting range.
Yeah, and just have a day where, just have a day set aside where we can record some fun stuff that is us in the physical instead of just talking where our voices are. And I do plan on broadcasting and getting a stronger voice as I go on. But actually I need a drink before I continue because my throat is drying. Yeah. So if you try to defend your ideas by not understanding things, by blocking new ideas out, that's bad. That's on you. Not on anybody else. That doesn't hurt anybody else, mind me. Or mind me. It doesn't hurt anybody, but it's still stupid. It's the logic of an ideologue. I said that right. I probably didn't. But it's not good logic to use. If you're gonna use any logic, use actual logic. So, yeah, I mean,
And actually do research on stuff first before just finding the most false thing you can find.
oh yeah, a lot of anti-vaxxers got sucked in because Fake Journal posted this thing where it's like, vaccines are bad because they've got aluminum in them. And that was actually disproven by a scientist. He just kind of went up to it and tore apart each piece of the research, piece by piece, while physically tearing paper. It was pretty cool.
And he actually went out and proved wrong that
Yeah, he was.
the anti-vaxxers know.
The anti-vaxxers are all like, well, okay, he's wrong here, here, and here, and counterpoint to that, he's not.
Yeah. Come on, I'll be right back.
Well, and I'm speaking directly to you here, guys. It's when your ideology interferes with the real world, you need to get a better perspective. Stop hurting here and actually learn. The only thing you can do to free yourself from the cage of knowledgelessness, God, is to learn. Challenge your views constantly. That's what I do. If I'm wrong, I admit that I was wrong. I do it all the time. So, yeah, challenge your views, and I guess try to be better people at your core. And if there are people who are wrong, correct them. If you know better. If you do not speak to them until you've researched, until you've done hours and hours of research to prove each and every one of their points wrong. Now, I'm saying, don't, like, if somebody says Trump's a racist and points out one comment he says, don't believe them. Point out the hundreds of comments where he says pretty much the exact opposite. A lot of people do it too. It's not, like, stupid as some of the other things I was talking about, but honestly, if you have your opinion, defend it, but if you're wrong, accept it. An opinion is an opinion. A fact is a fact. And I'm actually going to say what a bunch of bigger YouTubers said a while back. Facts trump feelings. Well, bigger than me, at least. A fact can override an opinion. If your opinion is that, X is great, when somebody tells you, well, here's why it isn't, and shows you proof, no. Believe them, but be cautious about it, because there's false evidence out there. That's why I say do research for hours, not just minutes or seconds. Study and be better people. Try to treat everyone like they're equal. Actually equal. Regardless if you're a big, huge person out there, if you're small, little, and don't care about people, go ahead. Speak. Speak your mind and speak from your heart. But never yell somebody out of the room. If they have the opposite opinion to you, talk to them. Converse. Conversation is the only way logically to move forward. When you will not stop and have a conversation, that's on you. And hey, actually, maybe I'll have Riley Dennis on this channel. That'd be great. Me and her talking, like speaking over Discord and stuff. Actually, that'd be a great idea. It wouldn't be, political talk. It would just be her, I guess, is that person's chosen pronouns. But yeah, that's all I've got to say for now. Goodbye.